But you say 2030, I mean, that sounds like eons. So this guy's been in various offices for 30 years. He wants to stay into the year 2030 to fix everything he screwed up. And that's not gonna, you know, that's insanity right there. And the other thing is for me to get commercials out there. And that the only way to do that is money. So I've been all over the country and then back, I mean, literally, we went to Texas and back in one day. Tomorrow we're going to Florida and back in one day to get money. And look, he said that this is a guy that's been in various offices for 30 years. Okay? And he said that the third quarter was his best quarter ever. Well, guess what? I raised the same amount of money he did.
All right.
Wow.
He's a guy that used to be the DNC chairman.
Yeah.
And he said that that's his best quarter, and I raised just as much money as he did in the third quarter. So we're closing the gap. In the first 2 weeks of October, I raised $1.5 million, and so that's getting your voice out there. The money does not go in my pocket. All right, I mean I still work a full day also. The money goes to getting your voice out there, and that's why it's so important for us to get the commercials. So lay of the land is this: I'm waiting in Hampton Roads, where my kids, 3 of my kids were born. Right, it's a very big military place. Guess what? I'm leading him about 1 or 2 points in the Richmond area.
Wow.
Richmond, and of
Yes,
course,
Mayor.
Southwest Virginia is not even close for me. We're talking about 30% more for me in Southwest Virginia. So if we're winning in Hampton Roads, if we're winning in Richmond, and we're winning in Roanoke, we just need to move the needle in Northern Virginia. And I did that in 2022 because of you guys. We moved it. I moved the 10th Congressional District, which includes Loudoun County, Rappahannock, Fauquier, and very small parts of Fairfax. We moved it from an area where Joe Biden won by 19% down to 6%. If you guys keep doing this, if you guys keep knocking on doors and getting people out there to vote, we're going to win this race, okay? It's all dependent now on Northern Virginia, because I'm already doing all I can in the other areas, and we're winning there. It's Northern Virginia we have to win. And we do that, I'm telling you right now, Tim Kaine is, look, you saw how he was at the debate, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to send him a teddy bear after, so he can go, when he goes to therapy, he can point on the teddy bear where I hurt his feelings. He gets his feelings hurt very quickly, and he's gonna cry for weeks after he loses this election. Okay, so let's get out there. Yes, sir.
Are you making inroads with traditional working class minority groups,
Yes, sir.
including Asian, Filipinos, Vietnamese,
They're gonna-
Koreans, South Americans, et cetera, that,
That's what I
are
did in
traditional
22.
Democrats?
That's what I did in 22. You have to know how to reach them, okay? So
Right.
for the Vietnamese community, they're excited to have the first Vietnamese American U.S. Senator
Fantastic.
on the 50th anniversary of the fall of Saigon.
Great.
But not only that, and then you have to know how to communicate with them. Obviously, for Vietnamese communities, the YouTube, right? For the Chinese community, they're just more worried about the communism. For someone who escaped communism, they love that. And it's Chinese newspapers and WeChat. For the Indian community, it's about education, right? And going to the temples and talking to them on Indian radio. And so you have to, I can talk all day long on regular TV, but if you don't watch it, that's like me transmitting an FM and you receive an AM. It's not going to work. So you have to know the right message, and you have to know. So yes, I am doing that. Yes, ma'am.
What are we doing to reach the college students to the same level that Democrats are? Because I feel like we tend to neglect them. We assume they're all for a lost cause. What are we doing
They're
to
not
actually?
lost causes, but
How do
again,
we
this is
reach
through.
them?
No, you're right. I mean, that's through college Republicans. It's also, who is it? Dan Bongino always says it's not. No one wins a debate. You get all the sound bites in there, and you saw all the sound bites we got. I mean, no one's talking about Tim Kaine after that debate, right? I mean, it's all my sound bites that went viral across the country, and you get the sound bites you need to win their hearts and minds over. And I hate to say some of it might be crass, but whatever. Yes, ma'am.
One more thing. I just want to remind everyone how important early voting is and stopping the vote, because it was last Saturday, I took a nap and I got up at 6 o'clock and they said, oh, Verizon said internet outage for at least 5 more hours. So I think that is just like a rehearsal to what they're gonna do on election day. So it's imperative that we go out and we really emphasize, don't wait, because on election day, something happens, your car breaks down, you work late.
That's
So-
exactly it, yes, ma'am. No, you're absolutely, that's why we have to get the votes out there early, to get it in now, because, and I'm not trying to be conspiracy guy, but anything can happen. But thank goodness the governor forced it to be hand ballots only.
That's right.
So, I mean, I don't care if they stay up all night and all week. Yes, ma'am, it's honestly, and they're trying to sue him for getting rid of 6,500, illegal aliens off the ballots. I mean, do they wanna put in the 20,000 dead people too?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
So, yes, ma'am.
Just 45 minutes yesterday in McLean to vote. How long it took.
I know, but that's means
That's
people
how
are
many, so
excited.
many people.
Yes, ma'am, but people are excited. I'm telling you right now, we are closing that gap. We closed at 28%. Now, that's based on people voting what we believe they will vote. Hey, these guys are high propensity Democrat voters. You never know. They might just go down the line and say, you know what, not this year, or something like that. And so that's why it's so important for us to get the vote out. And we're gonna take them by surprise. I think they're playing these poll numbers because they don't want, they're losing all over the place. So if they can say that they're losing Virginia, then they don't have to spend money in Virginia, right? But we don't want to come up too fast, because then they'll dump $25 million on Tim Kaine, and then we're lost. So that's why we're staying right behind them, just like NASCAR, right? Shake and bake, shake and bake. We'll get out there and we're gonna speed up. I mean, look, I have the same numbers as Governor Youngkin did 3 years today, and they said he was gonna lose,
Yeah.
right? Oh, he's gonna lose. He won by 2%. So don't tell me it's not possible. In 2014, Ed Gillespie, they said the same thing. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. And so they didn't put any money into him. No one put in credence. He lost by 0.8%, 10,000 votes. So let's not repeat what happened to Ed Gillespie, right? Because we can win this race. You should get out there, knock on every door, get everybody out there to vote. Just say, if you care anything about your country, you have to do it now. It's now or never. It really is. Okay. Any other last minute questions? Yes, sir.
There's a good news that in Fairfax County, Trump Vance and Republican leading 27%.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you right now, the people are sick and tired of this stuff.
Yeah.
They're sick and tired of again, on election day, that's why the commercials are so important to hit on election day to get the undecideds. Because those people are like, oh gosh, okay, yeah, the election coming up. Who's on the ballot right now? And they'll look and see, and most likely, I believe they're gonna go straight down the line. Most people will.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just the way it is. Yes, ma'am.
Just wanted to thank you. My son is a Marine in infantry training right now, and he said, let him know, thank you for fighting for us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Because they're really afraid that if Kamala gets elected, that's a death sentence for the rest of them.
It is. So like look, as someone who's been in the war for 20 years, and my son's at the Naval Academy right now. He's a junior, and it's just, I don't want our sons to go to endless wars. You go in there, do your job, and leave. That's it. We're not here to nation build. We're here to destroy nations, right? We're nation destroyers, not nation builders. Let those pretty boys in tight jeans and man buns at the State Department build nations. That's not our job. We go in there, do our job, and we leave. That's what it is. So you're right, ma'am. I'm not gonna put your son or my son in harm's way for no reason. And if we do decide to go to war, I'm gonna, basically get rid of all those crazy rules of engagement that hold us back. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Valerie Woolabin. I'm the operations chair for Fairfax GOP. And so I've spent hours at early voting. I've been to many early voting sites. Our voters are younger. They have a great tan. They're a little more diverse than some years. And just yesterday at Mount Vernon, which is one of the bluest parts of the county, we had 3 Republican babies come in to vote with their parents. So we have families. We have black families coming in to vote. It's a wonderful change.
And
So
you're right,
thank you
man.
for being part of
In
that.
2022, I'm telling you right now that people were telling me that they've never seen all these demographics come in to get the ballot for me, the sample ballots for me to go vote. We've moved a lot of people. They identify with us. They know. Look, I mean, this is. They say they're all about DEI and everything else. Whatever. The DEI I believe in is defense, the economy, and innovation. Okay? So, defending our country right on our streets. I've spent 4 years in FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, working with law enforcement. We're going to support the blue. we're gonna defend that border, and then we're gonna have a strong military. An economy, we're gonna unleash the American economy and stop these regulations that hold us back and be energy independent. And for innovation, we have to let industry push forward innovation without all the regulations also, and through education as well. You know, one size can't fit all in America. And so that's how we're gonna move the country forward. That's how we're gonna grow the economy out of this crazy debt we're in. Yes, sir.
I live out by Winchester.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing from Winchester south through the Shenandoah Valley?
Sir, when I say the South would come out for us, I mean, I'm talking about Rappahannock, Fauquier County, you know, and Prince William County south. Because
Right.
the only thing that's the linchpin for us is up here, Fairfax County and Loudoun County. If we can make a dent in Fairfax County, Loudoun County, it's game over. And Tim Kaine knows that. That's why he's putting so much money into ads and everything else. He actually put $1 million into getting his ads a week earlier than he anticipated, because he's got the same numbers I do. And what he's putting all sorts of crazy ads down in Southwest Virginia, because he's worried. You know, there's 100,000 people down there that usually don't vote, are not high propensity voters, and if they come out, that's 2.5%. That's the margin of error that we need to overcome. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to ask this question, but is there any particular talking points for these specific counties that you want us to carry that message? Like, are there data points that the folks in Loudoun and Fairfax are tending to vote this way because of a certain issue? Should we go out and be carrying a particular message?
That's a great question, sir. So they always try to go back to the abortion. Look, I've been on national television saying I'm not gonna vote for any federal ban because it belongs in the hands of Virginians, right? Because what he wants to do is move it up to the federal level, so he takes it out of the hands of Virginians and puts it in the hands of the senator in California or congressman in Idaho. We don't want that. We want it to stay in Virginia so that the Virginians make the choice. I'm not running for state senate, I'm running for US Senate. And that's the big thing. It's like, but he's just, IVF, like, okay, my family, some of my kids were born because of fertility treatment. Why would I deny any family that? See, they keep putting out these lies. And it's like, and I debunk them every single time. Because it's like, no, I've already told you I'm not gonna vote for any federal ban because it belongs in Virginia. But bring everything back to the board. Everything comes back to the board. I don't care if it's guns or anything else. Why are you know, we protect our banks better than we protect our children in school. We protect US senators better than we protect our children in school. And if we did more background checks on illegals coming across the border, we wouldn't have the crime we have right now. So bring it back to the board. Just like they did in 22, they put everything, the abortion, go back to the border, because that's the #1 issue in the country. That's where fentanyl's coming in. That's where, you know, crime is coming in. MS-13 gangs. I mean, a young girl in Manassas was abducted on the way to school right now, a few weeks ago. You know, a woman in Sterling was killed by an illegal alien. A young student, 19 years old, was killed in Chesapeake on her way to school because of illegal aliens. So, look, this is like, there's MS-13 gangs, everything's coming in from the southern border. Bring it back to the border, because they can't defend the border. Anything else? Guys, go out there, do God's work. I'm telling you right now, this is ours to lose. If we don't leave every stone unturned, then it's on us. Thank you so much for what you guys do. You guys are amazing. Thank you for spending your time to you know, it's just, it's like, how much do you care, you know, and you guys obviously care a lot, but how much do you want to win this race? And this is what it is. So I'll take the shots every day. I don't care. They've shot at me, they've blown me up. I mean, what are they gonna do to me? So, thank you so much for what you guys do.
Okay. Picture? Or? Okay. A little housekeeping for everyone. If you already have a walk list assigned and you're good to go, I have literature for Hung Kao and for President Trump. Please come take some. Please stay behind if you need a new list or you need to get set up with Campaign Sidekick. I will help you. Thank you, everyone.
Do you have templates too, also, yeah?
Yeah, I have some upstairs.
No, you got one.
Signs upstairs.
Yeah, there's some signs. You're good with the walk list and everything?
I am, yeah. I'm gonna
Sam, I'll go handle upstairs for a bit and I'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can step into the Springfield thing, the Springfield next to it.
Not too far away.
Yeah, the biggest thing is we need election officers to sign up through Madison County. Focus on getting people out to of course, this is good.
Oh, you can submit it.
So this is the areas that
Like off